See, when people come up to me and they ask, how do I get into this? How do I get into photography? What camera should I buy? I always ask, what's your budget? That's usually the question that everyone asks, what's your budget? How much can you afford? And that's a really important question because depending on where your money, I'll tell you what's possible and what's not possible. But one thing that people overlook a lot, especially in photography, is not the camera price, it's not the lens price, it's the computer or your editing software price. If you don't already have a computer, you have to think about that in the budget. If you don't have an iPad, I've seen people edit an iPad and it looks like it works, so I'm not going to say any bad things about it. If you don't have any of those two things, you have to account for that in the budget. It's not just I have $1,000, so I'll spend $1,000 on a starter camera. No. $1,000 you have to divide and buy a MacBook or a Windows PC. It doesn't matter. You have to spend money to get it. But not only that, an editing software that reads RAW files like Lightroom is like $20 a month. So you have to keep that in mind. Or if you want to buy a one-time purchase software, you have to allocate that money too. It's around 200 to 300, 400 bucks for that. This is not by any means a way to spook you out of this hobby or career. It's just something that a lot of people are not being transparent about. It's not about buying a fancy camera and one that looks the best. How are you going to edit your photos? Because editing is like half of photography. At least that's what I think. If you don't agree with me, it's okay to be wrong.